List of statutory instruments of the Welsh Assembly, 2002. This is an incomplete list of statutory instruments of the Welsh Assembly made in 2002. Statutory instruments made by the Assembly are numbered in the main United Kingdom series, with their own sub-series. The Welsh language has official equal status with the English language in Wales, such that every statutory instrument made by the Assembly is officially published in both English and Welsh. Only the titles of the English language version are reproduced here. The statutory instruments are secondary legislation, deriving their power from the Acts of Parliament establishing and transferring functions and powers to the Welsh Assembly. 1-100. The Import and Export Restrictions Foot and Mouth Disease Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 8W1N1 The Education National Curriculum Assessment Arrangements for English, Welsh, Mathematics and Science Key Stage 1 Wales Order 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 45W4 Gorchaman a disc y cirriculum sened lethal y trefniadau essasu or Jyfer Simrig. Seasnake, Mathematic a good doneth, Sifnad Olwidol 1 Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 Rif 45 Psi. 4. The Education Individual Pupils Achievements Information Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 46 W5 Reoli Dow a disc Siridia Dow Disjabli in Unigol Guibadith Cymru Diwigio 2002 S.I. 2002 Rif 46 Psi. 5. Poultry meat, farmed game, bird meat, and rabbit meat hygiene and inspection amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 47 W6 Reoliadau sig dofnod sig adar hella wedia fermio a chick cw uningod highlanded ac archwilio diwigio Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 Rif 47 Psi. 6666 The Special Educational Needs and Disability Act 2001 Commencement Wales Order 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 74 W8C1 O8C1 Gorchaman Dev Anghenian a Discal Arbanig AC enabled 2001 Sichuan Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 Rif 74 Psi. 8C1 The Import and Export Restrictions Foot and Mouth Disease Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 85 W9 The Education School Day and School Year Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 107 W12 Reoli Dow Adisc y Dinad Ascol Felwydyn Ascol Cymru Diwigio 2002 S.I. 2002 Rif 107 Psi. 12. The Potatoes Originating in Egypt Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 120 W14 Reoliadau Tatwasin Dalio or Aft Diwigio Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 Rif 120 Psi 14 The Education Budget Statements Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 122 W16 16 Reoliadau Adisc Dat Ganiadau Salide of Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 Rif 122 Psi. 16 The Foot and Mouth Disease Marking of Meat, Meat Preparations and Meat Products Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 129 W17 17 The Import and Export Restrictions Foot and Mouth Disease Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 130 W18 The Financing of Maintained Schools Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 136 W19 Reoliadau Area New Oscolian Again Hillier Diwigio Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 Rif 136 Psi. 6 Psi. 19 The Education Special Educational Needs Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 152 W20 Rheolia Dow a disc Anghenian, a discol Arbennig Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 152 Psi 20 T. 2 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 The Special Educational Needs Code of Practice Appointed Day Wales Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 156 W22 22. Gorchiman Cod Marfer Anghenian, a Discal Arbennig Dinad Penno Dig Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 156 Psi 22. The Special Educational Needs Provision of Information by Local Education Authorities Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 157 W23. Rheolia Dow Anghenian, a Discal Arbennig Darparu Gwybedith Gan Orderdadaw, a Disc Leal Cymru 2002 SI. 2002 Riff 157 Psi. 23. The National Health Service Optical Charges and Payments Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 186 W25. Rheolia Dor Gwasanaeth, Eichid GW Ledol Fiod, a Thalia Now Optical Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 186 Psi. 25. The Food and Animal Feeding Stuffs Products of Animal Origin from China Control Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 203 W26. The Cattle Identification of Older Animals Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 273 W29. Rheolia Dow Gwartheg Nabod Anaphaliad Hin Cymru Diwigio 2002 S. I. 2002 Riff 273 Psi 29. T9. The Sheep and Goats Identification and Movement Interim Measures Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 274 W30. The Disease Control Interim Measures Wales Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 280 W32. The Pigs Records Identification and Movement Interim Measures Wales Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 281 W33. The Animal Gatherings Interim Measures Wales Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 283 W34. Gorchiman Krynodow Anaphaliad Messerau Dros Dro Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 Riff 283 Psi. 34. The Cattle Database Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 SI. 2002 No. 304 W35. Rheolia Dor Gronfidi Data Gwarthig Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 Riff 304 Psi. 35. The Care Homes Wales Regulations 2002 SI. 2002 No. 324 W37. Rheolia Dow Cartrefi Goful Cymru 2002 SI. 2002 Riff 324 Psi. 37. Private and Voluntary Health Care Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 325 W38. Rheolia Goful Eichid Prefeta Gorfadol Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 Riff 325 Psi. 38. The General Teaching Council for Wales Fees Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 326 W39. Rheolia Singer Adiscu Safridinol Cymru Fio 2002 S. I. The Children's Homes Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 327 W40. U40. 40. T40. U40. 40. T40. 40. T 40. 40. U40. Rheolia Dow Cartrefi Plant Cymru 2002 SI. 2002 RIF 327 Sci 40. The Local Authorities Alteration of Requisite Calculations Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 328 W 41. Reoliadau Autorda Dau Leal Adasu Sifrafiadau Anjan Radial Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 328 Sci. 41. The Miscellaneous Food Additives Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 329 W 42. Reoliadau Ichwanjan Biwid Amruil Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 329 Sci. 42. The Sweeteners in Food Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 330 W 43. Reoliadau Melicidian Mune Biwid Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 330 Sci. 43. The Non-Domestic Rating Rural Rate Relief Wales Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 331 W 44. Gorchaman Ardrethu Anomstig Redad Ardrethi GW Ledig Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 331 Sci. 44. The Food Star Anise from Third Countries Emergency Control Wales Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 402 W 50. The Animals and Animal Products Import and Export England and Wales Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 430 W 52. Reoliadau Anaphaliad Chinhishan, Anaphaliad Munforio AC Olforio Logara Chimru Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 430 Sci. 52. The Import and Export Restrictions Foot and Mouth Disease Wales No. 2 Revocation Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 431 W 53. Reoliadau Siphingidau Munforio AC Olforio Cielwire Treed Arginau Cymru RIF 2 Didymu 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 431 Sci. 53. The School Organisation Proposals by the National Council for Education and Training for Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 432 W 55. Reoliadau Synogen Trefni Adith Uscal Gan Ginger Senedly Thal Cymru Dros Adiska Hifordiant 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 432 Sci. 55. The Education Standards Grants Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 438 W 56. Reoliadau Grantio Safanau Adisk Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 438 Sci. 56. The Velander National Health Service Trust Establishment Amendment Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 442 W 57. Gorchaman Diwigio Imdiridalif Guasanith Ichid GW Ladal Felander Cephadlu 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 442 Sci. 57. The Service Subsidy Agreements Tendering Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 560. Reoliadau Sightendebau Simhorthal Guasanith Tendro Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 520 Sci. 63. The Blinau Gwenton Carefully Tredegar and Remedy Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 651 W 68. Gorchaman Blinau Gwenta Carefully Tredegar Arimni 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 651 Sci. 68. The Neath Port Talbot and Swansea Trebanos and Clydach Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 652 W 69. Gorchaman Castelned Port Talbot AC Arataw Treban was a Clydach 2002 SI. 2002 RIF 652 Sci. 69. The Rhondda Sinon Taff and Vale of Glamorgan and Harry, Potwai Clun, Penlyn, Welsh St. Donats and Pendolan Order 2002 SI 2002 No. 654 W 70. Gorchaman, Rhonda Sinon Taffa Bro Morganug Anhari, Pontwy Clun, Penlyn, and Dunwood Offendulwin 2002 S. I. 2002 Riff 654 Psi. 70. The Fisheries and Aquaculture Structures Grants Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 675 W 72. Reolidau SDR Withurau Piscatfied a Differmithu Grantio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 Riff 675 Psi 72. The Lobsters and Crawfish Prohibition of Fishing and Landing Whales Order 2002 SI. 2002 No. 676 W 73. Gorchaman Simikiide Chimikiide Caution Guahard EU Piscota Euglanio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 676 Psi 73. The Sea Fishing Enforcement of Community Satellite Monitoring Measures Wales Order 2000 Amendment Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 677 W 74 or 24. Riolidau Duigio Gorchaman Piscota Mor Gorfodi Messerau Simon et al. Or Jaifer Monitro Lowering Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 677 Psi 74 The Local Government Best Value Exclusion of Non-Commercial Considerations Wales Order 2002 S. I 2002 Note 678 W 75. Gorchaman, Gorth Gorau Lywydrith Leal Hepker Austerithau Anfasnakal Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 678 Psi 75. The Education Capital Grants Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 679 W 76. Riolia Dow Adis Grantio Cyphalaf Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 679 Psi 76 26. The Local Government Best Value Performance Indicators Wales Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 757 W 80. Gorchaman Lywydrith Leal Dangasidian Performiad Gorth Gorau Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 757 Psi 80. The Warm Homes and Energy Conservation Act 2000 Commencement Wales Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 758 W 81 C 18. Gorchaman Dedv Cartrefi Sins AC Arbed Uni 2000 Sichuan Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 758 Psi 81 C 18. The Housing Right to Buy Priority of Charges Wales Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 763 W 82. Gorchaman Tai Hall I Brinu Blin Oriath Arwislin Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 763 Psi 82. The Local Authorities Executive Arrangements Functions and Responsibilities Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 783 W 84. Rioliadau Trefniadau Gwythridiaeth Otterdadau Leal Swidigithau a Chifrafold about Duigio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 783 Psi 84. The Advisory Committee for Wales Environment Agency Abolition Order 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 784 W 85. Gorchaman Didymu P. Wilger Imjing Harald Rose Jimru Asian Teeth at Amjil Chid 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 784 Psi 85. The Local Authorities Capital Finance Rate of Discount for 2002/2003 Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 785 W 86. Riolia Order Dow Leal Silid Cyphalaf Sifrad Y Discounter Jifer 2002/2003 Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 785 Psi 86. The Local Authorities Executive Arrangements Discharge of Functions Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 802 W 87 T7 Riolia ordered a dow leal trefnia au guithridith safloni swidigithau cumri 2002 SI 2002 RIF 802 Psi 87. The local authorities' executive arrangements, modification of enactments, and further provisions Wales Order 2002 SI 2002 No. 803 W88. Gorchaman Orderdadau Leal Trefniadau Guithridieth Adasu Detfiadau Adarpariethau Pelech Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 803 Psi 88. The local authorities' executive and alternative arrangements, modification of enactments, and other provisions Wales Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 808 W89. Gorchaman Orderdadau Leal Trefniadau Guithridol Threfniadau Amjan Adasu Dedfiadau Adarpariethau Irail Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 808 Psi 89. The local authorities' alternative arrangements amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 810 W90 T. 90 T. Riolia Order Dow Leal Trefniadau Amjan Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 810 Psi 90 T. 90 T T 90. The Sheep and Goats Identification and Movement Interim Measures Wales Amendment Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 811 W91. Gorchaman Adnabod Asimad Defada Jfirm Messerau Dros Dro Cymru Diwigio 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 811 Psi 91. The Child Minding and Daycare Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 812 W92. Riolia Daug Warchod Plant a Gofel Did Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 812 Psi 92. The Producer Responsibility Obligations Packaging Waste Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 813 W93. Riolia Rhymidigithau Cifrafoldeb Sinhich Wagwastraf Dunid Passio Duwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 813 Psi 93. The National Assistance Assessment of Resources Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 814 W94. Rioliadau Simorth GW Ledol Assissu Idnadau Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 814 Psi 94. The National Assistance Sums for Personal Requirements Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 815 W95. Rioliadau Simorth GW Ledol Simeo at Anghenian Personal Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 815 Psi 95. The Food Peanuts from China Emergency Control Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 820 W96. The Food Figs, Hazelnuts and Pistachios from Turkey Emergency Control Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 821 W97. The Disabled Facilities Grants and Home Repair Assistance Maximum Amounts Amendment Gorchaman Grantio Sifliustrau Ir Anabel Echimorth TRWCO Cartrefi Uchif Simeo Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 837 Psi 99. The Local Authorities Capital Finance and Approved Investments Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 885 W100. Riolia Order Dow Leal Silid Sifalafa Bud City Dow Ojima Radwood Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 885 Psi 100. 101 minus 200. The Local Government Whole Authority Analyses and Improvement Plans Wales Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 886 W101. Gorchaman Lywedreath Leal Dadan Sadiadau Orderdadau Siphon A Chinluniau Gwella Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 886 Sci. 101, 1 and 1. The disqualification from caring for children Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 896 W 102. Reoliad Dow Dachimbuiso Rag Gofoluum Blant Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 896 Psi 102 Grid 2 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 Grid 2. Dairy Produce Quotas Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No. 897 W 103. The National Health Service General Medical Services Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 916 W 104. Reoliador Gwasanaeth, Ichid GW Ledol Gwasanaeth Al Medigol Sifridanol Diwigio Cymru 2002 SI. 2002 No. 916 Psi. 104. The National Health Service Optical Charges and Payments and General Ophthalmic Services Amendment, Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 917 W 105. Reoliador Gwasanaeth, Ichid GW Ledol Effiod, Aphalian Au Optical Gwasanaeth Au Ophthalmic Sifridanol Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 917 Psi. 105. The National Health Service General Dental Services Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 918 W 106. Reoliador Gwasanaeth, Ichid GW Ledol Gwasanaeth Au Daintadol Sifridanol Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 918 Psi. 106. The Registration of Social Care and Independent Health Care Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 919 W 107 7. The Care Standards Act 2000 Commencement No. 8 Wales and Transitional Savings and Consequential Provisions Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 920 W 108 C 24. The Registration of Social Care and Independent Health Care Fees Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 921 W 109. The Disease Control Interim Measures Wales Amendment Order 2002 SI. 2002 No. 1038 W 110 110. Gorchaman Rioli Clefidau Messerau Dros Dro Cymru Diwigio 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 1038 Psi. 110. The Animals and Animal Products Import and Export England and Wales Amendment Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 1039 W 111 11. Reoliad Anaphaliad Chinhishan, Anaphaliad Munforio AC Olforio Logara Chimru Diwigio Cymru RIF 2 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 1039 Psi. 111. The Waste Management Licensing Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 1087 W 114. Reoli Au Tr Wididu Reoli Gwastraf Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 1087 Psi. 114. The Food Jelly Confectionery Emergency Control Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 1090 W 115. The Bridge and Sinfig, Cornely and Pyle Communities Electoral Changes Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 1129 W 117. Gorchaman Pen Y Bont or Agur Simon et Au Sinfig, Corneli Arpil Nuidi Dau Etholiadol 2002 SI. 2002 RIF 1129 Psi. 117. The Artificial Insemination of Cattle Animal Health Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 1131 W 118. Really thou ffr with loni artificial gorthig ichid anophalia diwigio Cymru 2002s. I 2002, Rif 1131 Sci. 118. The Bovines and Bovine Products Trade Amendment, Wales Regulations 2002s. I 2002 No. 1174 W 122. Really now Bacolian a Chinhishan Buckle Masnach Duigio Cymru 2002s. I 2002 Rif 1174 Sci. 122 22. The Care Standards Act 2000 Commencement Number 9 Wales Order 2002s. I 2002 No. 1175 W 123 C 31. Gorchaman Dead Safanau Goful 2000 Sichuan Rif 9 Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1175 Psi 123 C 31 31. The Care Standards Act 2000 Extension of Meaning of Social Care Worker Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No. 1176 W 124. Reoliadau Dead Safanau Goful 2000 Ahenguasta Gweithier Goful Simdithasol Cymru 2002 I 2002 Rif 1176 Psi 124. The Education Development Plans Wales Regulations 2002 I 2002 No. 1187 W 135. Reoliadau Simunio Dat Lagua Disc Cymru 2002 I 2002 Rif 1187 Psi 135. The Plant Health Phytophthora Ramorum Wales Order 2002 I 2002 No. 1350 W 130 30. The Sheep and Goats Identification and Movement Interim Measures Revocation Wales Regulations 2002 I 2002 No. 1354 W 131. Reoliadau Adnabada Sima Defaded Jafer Messerau Dros Dro Dijamu Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1354 Psi 131 31. The Disease Control Interim Measures Wales Amendment No. 2 Order 2002 I 2002 No. 1356 W 132. Gorchaman Rioli Clefidau Messerau Dros Dro Cymru Diwigio Rif 2 2002 I 2002 Rif 1356 Psi 132. The Sheep and Goats Identification and Movement Interim Measures Wales Order 2002 I 2002 No. 1357 W 133. The Animal Gatherings Interim Measures Wales Amendment Order 2002 I 2002 No. 1358 W 134. Gorchaman Crinodow Anophalia Admesserau Dros Dro Cymru Diwigio 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1358 Psi 134. The Local Authorities Executive Arrangements Decisions, Documents and Meetings Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 I 2002 No. 1385 W 135. Reoliadau Orderdau Leal Trefniadau Gwythridydd Penderfyniadau Dogfanau Chifer Fodid Cymru Diwigio 2002 I 2002 Rif 1385 Psi 135. The Products of Animal Origin Third Country Imports Wales Regulations 2002 I 2002 No. 1387 W 136. The School Teacher Appraisal Wales Regulations 2002 I 2002 No. 1394 W 137. Reoliadau Gwerthuso Athrawan Ysgol Cymru 2002 I 2002 Rif 1394 Psi 137 T7. The School Government Terms of Reference Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 I 2002 No. 1396 W 138. Reoliadau Lawyd Rithu Ysgolion Silch Gwaith Diwigio Cymru 2002 I 2002 Rif 1396 Psi 138. The Education School Information Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No 1400 W 139. Rheoli Dow Adisc Gwybodaeth Ysgolion Cymru Diwygio 2002 SI 2002 RIF 1400 Psi 139. The School Governor's Annual Reports Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No 1401 W 140 40 TE 40 40 TE 40. Rheoli Dow Adradia Al Blaenadol Lywyd Rithwa Ysgol Cymru Diwygio 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 1401 Psi 140 T 40 T 40 40 40 T 140 40 40 40 40 The TSC Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No 1416 W 142. The Bridgen Synfig, Cornely and Pyle Communities Electoral Changes Amendment, Order 2002 S. I 2002 No 1432 W 143. Gorchaman Pen Y Bont or Agor Simon Edau Synfig, Corneli Arpil Nuidi Edau Ethel Liadol Duigio 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 1432 Psi 143. The Welsh Language Schemes Public Bodies Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 1441 W 145. Gorchaman Sinlianau Eith Jimrigsi of Syhodis 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 1441 Psi 145. The Animal Byproducts Identification Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No 1472 W 146. Rheoli Dow Esgilgainiation Anaphaliad Nabod Duigio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 1472 Psi 146. The Health and Social Care Act 2001 Commencement No. 2 Wales Order 2002 S. I 2002 No 1475 W 147 C 41. Gorchaman Dev Eichid Agofal Simdi Thassal 2001 Sichuan RIF 2 Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 1475 Psi 147 C 41. The Meat Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No 1476 W 148. Rheolia Sigdadan Sadi Periglina PH with Rheoli Critigol Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 1476 Psi 148. The National Health Service Optical Charges and Payments Amendment No. 2 Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No 1506 W 151. Rheoliador Gwasanaeth, Eichid GW Ledol Effiod, Aphalia now Optical Diwygio RIF 2 Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 1506 Psi 151. The Fees Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No 1554 W 152. Rheolia Dow Hadau Fio Duigio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 1554 Psi 152. The Education School Day and School Year Amendment No. 2 Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No 1556 W 153. Rheolia Dow Adisc Y Dinad Ysgol Elwydyn Ysgol Diwygio RIF 2 Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 1556 Psi 153. The Education Recognized Bodies Wales Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 1661 W 157. Gorchaman a disc C of Syncaliu Sidnabad Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 1661 Psi 157. Further Education Teachers Qualifications Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 1663 W 158. Rheolia Simwisterau Ethrow and Adis Belach Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 1663 Psi 158. The Education Listed Bodies Wales Order 2002 SI 2002 No 1667 W 159. Gorchaman a disc Sif Sincale EU Restru Cymru 2002 S I 2002 RIF 1667 Psi 159. The Food, Figs, Hazelnuts and Pistachios from Turkey Emergency Control Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1726 W 161. The Food Peanuts from China Emergency Control Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1728 W 162. The Local Authorities Goods and Services Public Bodies Wales Order 2002 S I 2002 No 1729 W 163. Gorchaman Orderdadau Leal en Wadau Agwasanithau C of Sihotis Cymru 2002 S I 2002 RIF 1729 Psi 163. The Environmental Protection Restriction on Use of Lead Shot Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1730 W 164. Rheolia Dow Diojlor Amjolchid Scythinger Difnid Arbeledi PLW in Cymru 2002 S I 2002 RIF 1730 Psi 164. The Non-Domestic Rating Alteration of Lists and Appeals Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1735 W 165. Rheolia Ardrithu en Omstig Newid Restri AC Apalau de Wigio Cymru 2002 S I 2002 RIF 1735 Psi 165. The Homelessness Act 2002 Commencement Wales Order 2002 S I 2002 No 1736 W 166 C 53. Gorchaman Dedf de Gartrefid 2002 Sichuan Cymru 2002 S I 2002 RIF 1736 Psi 166 C 53. The Wildlife and Countryside Sites of Special Scientific Interest Appeals Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No 1772 W 168. Rheolia al Bywyd Gwylta Sheffin GW Lad Safliod Odididor Deb Gwydynol Arbenake Apalau Cymru 2002 S I 2002 RIF 1772 Psi 168. The Countryside Access Appeals Procedures Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1794 W 169. Rheoliadau Mynidiad I Jeffin GW Led Gweithdrifnau Apalau Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 1794 Psi 169. The Control of Noise Codes of Practice for Construction and Open Sites Wales Order 2002 SI 2002 No 1795 W 170. Gorchaman Rioli SW and Cadau Amarfer Argyfer Safliod Adela Dua Safliod Agard Cymru 2002 S I 2002 RIF 1795 Psi 170. The Countryside Access Provisional and Conclusive Maps Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1796 1 Rheoliadau Mynidiad I Jeffin GW Lad Mapiau Dros Droatherfanal Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 1796 Psi 171. The Feeding Stuffs Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1797 W 172 U 22. Rheoliadau por the Individuo Cymru 2002 S I 2002 RIF 1797 Psi 172. The Food and Animal Feeding Stuffs Products of Animal Origin from China Emergency Control Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1798 W 173. The National Health Service General Medical Services Amendment No. Rheoliador Gwasanith Eichid GW led ol Gwasanaethau Medigol Sifridinal Diwigio Rif 3 Cymru 2000 QS I 2002 Rif 1804 Psi 174. The Plant Health Amendment Wales Order 2002 S I 2002 No 1805 W 175. Gorchiman Eichid Plan Hijin Diwigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1805 Psi 175. The Terminated Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1806 W 176. Riolia Terminated Cymru Diwigio 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1806 Psi 176. The Children Leaving Care Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1855 W 179. Riolia Plant Imidale Agofal Diwigio Cymru 2002 S I 2002 Rif 1855 Psi 179. Local Education Authority Post-Compulsory Education Awards Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1856 W 180. Riolia Otterdadau a disc Leal Difarndalia a disc All Orfadol Cymru 2002 S I 2002 Rif 1856 Psi 180 Grid 80. The Education Assembly Learning Grant Scheme Wales Regulations 2002 S I 2002 No 1857 W 181. Riolia a disc Sinlun Grant Discar Sinaliad Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1857 Psi 181. The Fees Amendment Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No 1870 W 183. Riolia Dow Hadau Fio Diwigio Cymru Rif 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1870 Psi 183. The Town and Country Planning Use Classes Amendment Wales Order 2002 SI 2002 No 1875 W 184. Gorchaman Silunio GW Lad of Thref Das Barthiadau Difnid Diwigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1875 Psi 184. The Town and Country Planning Fees for Applications and Deemed Applications Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No 1876 W 185. Riolia Silunio GW Lad of Thref Effiod Argyfer CCAO Chasiao Tibidig Diwigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1876 Psi 185. The Town and Country Planning General Development Procedure Amendment Wales Order 2002 SI 2002 No 1877 W 186. Gorchaman Silunio GW Lad of Thref Weith Dreffen Dat Lagu Sifridinal Diwigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1877 Psi 186. The Town and Country Planning General Permitted Development Amendment Wales Order 2002 SI 2002 No 1878 W 187. Gorchaman Silunio GW Lad of Thref Dat Lagu Sifridinal Aganiator Diwigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1878 Psi 187. The Education Assisted Places Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No 1879 W 188. Riolia Dow Adisc Leodagai Northweir Diwigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1879 Psi 188. The Education Assisted Places Incidental Expenses Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No 1880 W 189. Riolia Dow Adisc Leodagai Northweir Man Duliao Diwigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1880 Psi. The National Health Service General Dental Services Amendment Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 SI I. 2002 No. 1881 W. 190 Reoliador Gwasanaeth, Eichid GW Ledol Gwasanaeth Au Daintadol Sifridinol de Wigio Cymru Rif 2 2002 S. I. 2002 Rif 1881 Psi 190 The National Health Service General Medical Services Supplementary List Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 1882 W. 191 Reoliador Gwasanaeth, Eichid GW Ledol Rester, Adadol Gwasanaeth Au Medigol Sifridinol 2002 S. I. 2002 Rif 1882 Psi 191 National Health Service General Ophthalmic Services Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 1883 W. 192 Reoliador Gwasanaeth, Eichid GW Ledol Gwasanaeth Au Ophthalmic Sifridinol de Wigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1883 Psi 192 The Local Authorities Capital Finance Approved Investments Amendment No. 2 Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No. 1884 W 193 Reoliadau Autorda Dau Leal Silid Sifalaf Budsidi Dau Wediu Simaradwio Duwigio Rif 2 Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Rif 1884 Psi 193 The Shellfish Specification of Crustaceans Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 1885 W 194 Reoliadau Piscod Cregan Dinodi Crame Nogin Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1885 Psi 194 The Contaminants in Food Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 1886 W 195 Reoliadau Halogen Mune Bwyd Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Rif 1886 Psi 195 The Local Authorities Allowances for Members of County and County Borough Councils and National Park Authorities Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 1895 W. 196 Reoliadau Autorda Dau Leal LW Fansau I Ailadau Singhorau Sir Chinghorau BWR Deistref Sirol AC Autodadau Parcio Sened Lethal Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1895 Psi 196 The National Health Service General Medical Services Amendment Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No. 1896 W 197 Reoliador Gwasanaeth, Eichid GW Ledol Gwasanaeth Au Medigol Sifridinol de Wigio Cymru Rif 2 2002 S. I 2002 Rif 1896 Psi 197 The Undersized Spider Crabs Wales Order 2002 SI 2002 No. 1897 W 198 Gorchaman Crankot Heglog Rifetch Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rif 1897 Psi 198 The Welfare of Farmed Animals Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 1898 W 199 Reoliadowls Anaphaliide Fermier Cymru Diwigio 2002 S. I 2002 Rif 1898 Psi 199 201 300 The Bus Service Operators Grant Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2022 W 206 106 Reoliadau Grant Gweithredwa Gwasanaeth Au Bisiau Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Rif 2022 Psi 206 The Travel Concessions Eligible Services Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2023 W 207 7 Gorchaman Concessionau Tithio Gwasanaethau Simwas Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Rif 2023 Psi 207 The Transport Act 2000 Commencement No. 2 Wales Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2024 W 208 C 65. Gorchaman Dead Trafnidi 2000 Sichuan Rift 2 Cymru 2002 SI 2002 Rift 2024 Psi 208 C 65. The Animal Gatherings Interim Measures Wales Amendment No. 2 Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2060 W 209. Gorchaman Crinodow Anaphaliad Messerau Dros Dro Cymru Diwigio Rift 2 2002 S. I 2002 Rift 2060 Psi 209 Rid 9. The Disease Control Interim Measures Wales Amendment No. 3 Order 2002 SI 2002 No. 2061 W 210 10. Gorchaman Rioli Clefidau Messerau Dros Dro Cymru Diwigid Rift 3 2002 SI 2002 Rift 2061 Psi 210. The Local Authorities Companies Amendment Wales Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2118 W 213. Gorchaman Autodadau Liel Cymnaio Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Rift 2118 Psi 213. The Environmental Impact Assessment on Cultivated Land and Semi-Natural Areas Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2127 W 214. Reoliadau Assessio Effethio Amgilchad Alter Heb Idrin AC Ardalode Led Naturial Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Rift 2127 Psi 214. The Child Minding and Daycare Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No. 2171 W 218. Reolia Dowd Warchod Plant Agofal Did Cymru Diwigio 2002 SI 2002 Rift 2171 Psi 218. The Velander National Health Service Trust Establishment Amendment No. 2 Order 2002 SI 2002 No. 2199 W 219. Gorchaman Diwigio Imdiridalif Guasanith Ichid GW Ladal Felander Cephadlu Rift 2 2002 S. I 2002 Rift 2199 Psi 219. The Town and Country Planning Fees for Applications and Deemed Applications Amendment No. 2 Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2258 W 222. Reoliao Sim Unio GW Ladaf Ref Fiod, Argyfer CCNO Achasiao Tai Bidig Diwigio Rift 2 Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Rift 2258 Psi 222. The Food Peanuts from China Emergency Control Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2295 W 224. The Food Figs, Hazelnuts and Pistachios from Turkey Emergency Control Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2296 W 225. The Protection of Water Against Agricultural Nitrate Pollution Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No. 2297 W 226. Reoliadau Dioj Lu DWR Rag Ligred Nitridau Amethadol Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Rift 2297 Psi 226. The Sheep and Goats Identification and Movement Interim Measures Wales No. 2 Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2302 W 227. Gorchaman Adnabod Asimad Defada Jfirm Messerau Dros Dro Cymru Rift 2 2002 S. I 2002 Rift 2302 Psi 227. The Pigs Records Identification and Movement Interim Measures Wales No. 2 Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2303 W 228. Gorchaman Mockcafnodian Adnabod Asimad Messerau Dros Dro Cymru Rift 2 2002 SI 2002 RIF 2303 Sci. 228. The Disease Control Interim Measures Wales No. to Order 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2304 W. 229. Gorchaman Rioli Clefidau Messerau Dros Dro Cymru Riftwo 2002 S.I. 2002 RIF 2304 Sci. 229. The Bovines and Bovine Products Trade Amendment Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2325 W. 232 232. Rioli Adau Bacolian a Chinhishan Buckle Masnach Duigio Cymru RIF 2 2002 S.I. 2002 RIF 2325 Sci. 232. The Disease Control Interim Measures Wales No. 2 Amendment Order 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2480 W. 243. Gorchaman Rioli Clefidau Messerau Dros Dro Cymru RIF 2 Duigio 2002 S.I. 2002 RIF 2480 Sci. 243. The National Health Service Reform and Health Care Professions Act 2002 Commencement Wales Order 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2532 W. 248 C. 81. Gorchaman Dead Duigior Gwasanith Ichid GW Ladol Afrophacy and Al Goful Ichid 2002 Sichuan Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 2532 Sci. 248 C. 81. The Countryside and Rights of Way Act 2000 Commencement No. 3 Wales Order 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2615 W. 235 EE2 22. Gorchaman Dead Sefan GW Lad Holiau Tramley 2000 Sichuan RIF 3 Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 2615 Sci. 253 C. 82. The Children Act 1989 and the Care Standards Act 2000 Miscellaneous Regulations Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 Note 2622 W. 254. Rioliadau Dead Plant 1989 A Dead Safanau Goful 2000 Rioliadau Amriwell Duigio Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 RIF 26 Food 4. The Plant Health Phytophthora Ramorum Wales No. 2 Order 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2762 W. 263. The Fees for Inquiries Standard Daily Amount Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2780 W. 264. Rioliadau Ftheod Imchwiliadau SWM Didiol Safanol Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 RIF 2780 Sci. 264. The Housing Renewal Grants Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2798 W. 266. Rioliadau Grantiau Adnuadutai Duigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 2798 Sci. 266. The Housing Renewal Grants Prescribed Forms and Particulars Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2799 W. 267 C7. Rioliadau Grantiau Adnuadutai Ferflinia Manili and Ragno Dig Duigio Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 RIF 2799 Sci. 267. The Relocation Grants Forms of Application Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 SI 2002 No. 2800 W. 268. Rioliadau Grantiau ed Leoli Ferfling Guys Duigio Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 RIF 2800 Sci. 268. The Town and Country Planning Costs of Inquiries, etc. Standard Daily Amount Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 2801 W. 269. Rioliadau Sin Unio GW Lad of Thref Costo Imchwiliadau etc. SWM Didiol Safanol Cymru 2002 I 2002 RIF 2801 Psi 269. The National Health Service General Medical Services Supplementary List Wales Amendment. The National Health Service General Medical Services Amendment Wales No. 3. The National Health Service General Dental Services Amendment Wales No. 3 and the National Health Service General Ophthalmic Services Amendment Wales No. 2 Regulations 2000 Reoliador Gwasanaeth, Ichid GW Ledol Rester, Atadul Gwasanaethau Medigol Sifridinol Cymru Diwigio, Y Gwasanaeth Ichid GW Ledol Gwasanaethau Medigol Sifridinol Diwigio Cymru RIF 3, Y Gwasanaeth Ichid GW Ledol Gwasanaethau Daintadol Sifridinol Diwigio Cymru RIF 3 Gwasanaeth Ichid GW Ledol. The Education Assembly Learning Grant Scheme Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2814 W. 271. Reoliadau a disc Sinlun Grant Discur Sinaliad Cymru Diwigio 2002 SI 2002 RIF 2814 Psi 271. The Plastic Materials and Articles in Contact with Food Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2834 W 272. Reoliadau Dunidiau AC Itemau Plastic Mun Sisilshid a Biwid Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 2834 Psi 272. 72 Wool. The Abortion Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2879 W. 275. Reoliadau Urthalu Diwigio Cymru 2002 SI 2002 RIF 2879 Psi 275. The Local Authorities Operation of Different Executive or Alternative Arrangements Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. Reoliadau Autortadau Leal Gweithredu Trefniadau Gweithredol New Amgen Gwahanol Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 2880 Psi 276. The Children Act 1989 and the Care Standards Act 2000 Miscellaneous Regulations Amendment Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2935 W. 277. Reoliadau Dead Plant 1989 a Dead Safanau Goful 2000 Reoliadau Amriwell Diwigio Cymru RIF 2 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 2935 Psi 277. The Education Teachers Qualifications and Health Standards Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2938 W 279. Reoliadau a disc Simwisterau a Safanau Ichid, Athrau in Cymru Diwigio 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 2938 Psi 279. The Food for Particular Nutritional Uses Addition of Substances for Specific Nutritional Purposes Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2939 W 280 283. 80. Reoliadau Biwid at Didifnid Methol Neiltual Achwangu Silwidau at Didibnian Methol Panadol Cymru 2002 S. I. 2002 RIF 2939 Psi 280 280. The General Teaching Council for Wales Amendment Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 2940 W 281. 1. Gorchaman Singer Adiscu Safridinol Cymru Diwigio 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 2940 Psi 281. The Local Authorities Executive Arrangements Discharge of Functions Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 2941 W 282. Reoliadau Autortadau Leal Trefniadau Gweithredydd Safloni Swydigithau Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 RIF 2941 Psi 282 82. The Products of Animal Origin Third Country Imports Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 3011 W. 283. The Common Hold and Leasehold Reform Act 2002 Commencement No. 1 Savings and Transitional Provisions Wales Order 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 3012 W. 284 C. 96. Gorchaman Dead Diwigio Dalia Deeth R.Y. Sida Les Dalia 2002 Sichuan Riff 1 Arbedian Adarpari Thou Trocianol 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 3012 Psi 284 C 96. The Arrangements for Placement of Children General and the Review of Children's Cases Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 3013 W 285. Rioliadau Trefniadau Argyfer Leoli plants, Sifridinol AC Adelagu, a Trojan plant Diwigio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 3013 Psi 285. The Travel Concessions Eligibility Act 2002 Commencement Wales Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 3014 W. 286 C 97. Gorchaman Dead Concessionau Tithio a Hall Kale 2002 Sichuan Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 3014 Psi 286 C 97. The Quality Partnership Schemes Existing Facilities Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 3017 W 287. Reoliaus in Unio Partneri Thou Ansod Sifliusteraus in Badali ICOs Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 3017 Psi 287. The National Assembly for Wales Returning Officers Charges Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 3053 W 288. Gorchaman Sinaliad Senedlethal Cymru Taliau Swidogin Canliniadau 2002 SI 2002 Riff 3053 Psi 288. The Non-Domestic Rating Contributions Wales Amendment Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 3054 W 289. Riolia Sifraniadau Ardrethu Anomsted Cymru Diwigio 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 3054 Psi 289. Welsh Administration Ombudsman Jurisdiction Order 2002 S. I 2002 No. 3146 W 292. Gorchaman Ombudsman Gwynedith Cymru Orderdadith. The Kava in Food Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 3157 W 293. Riolia Adau Kafa Mune Biwid Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 3157 Psi 293. The Organic Products Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 3159 W 294. Riolia Sinhishan, Organic Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 3159 Psi 294. The Smoke Control Areas Authorized Fuels Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I 2002 No. 3160 W 295. Rioliadau Artelode Rioli MWG Tanwadau Autordo Digdiwigio Cymru 2002 S. I 2002 Riff 3160 Psi 295. The Inspection of Boarding Schools and Colleges Powers and Fees Wales Regulations 2002 S.I. 2002 No. 3161 W. 296. Riolia Dow Aralagu Uscoliana Colgau Priswil Piwarau F. Theod Cymru 2002 S.I. 2002 Riff 3161 Psi 296. The Street Works Inspection Fees Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 S. I. 2002 No. 3181 W. 297 T7. Riolia Algui Fide Strid Fiod, Archwilio Duigio Cymru 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3181 Psi, 297. The Air Quality Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3182 W. 298. Riolia Dow Ansod Air Duigio Cymru 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3182 Psi, 298. The Air Quality Limit Values Wales Regulations 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3183 W. 299. Riolia Dow Gorthod Turfin Ansod Air Cymru 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3183 Psi, 299. The Education Act 2002 Transitional Provisions Wales Regulations 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3184 W. 300. Riolia Dow Dead, a disc 2002 Darperi Fautrocianol Cymru 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3184 Psi, 300. 301-400. The Education Act 2002 Commencement No. 1 Wales Order 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3185 W. 301C, 107, Hood 7, Hood 7. Gorchaman Death, a disc 2002 Sichuan Ref 1 Cymru 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3185 Psi, 301C, 107. The Rating Lists Valuation Date Wales Order 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3186 W. 302. Gorchaman Y Restra Ardrathu Didier Prisio Cymru 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3186 Psi, 302. The Leasehold Reform Notices Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3187 W. 303. Riolia Duigio Dreffen Brittle Sol Hispiciadau Duigio Cymru 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3187 Psi, 303. The Genetically Modified Organisms Deliberate Release Wales Regulations 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3188 W. 304. Riolia Dow Orgaindau of a Daswid in Enitigi Ugalung in a Friadal Cymru 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3188 Psi, 304. The National Health Service Pharmaceutical Services and General Medical Services Amendment Wales Regulations 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3189 W. 305. Riolia Dor Gwasanaeth, Ichid GW Ledol Gwasanaethau Furlol Gwasanaethau Medigol Sifridanol Duigio Cymru 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3189 Psi, 305. The Potatoes Originating in Egypt Amendment Wales No. 2 Regulations 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3226 W. 306. Riolia Tatwasin Dalio or Aif Duigio Cymru RIF 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3226 Psi, 306 6. The Products of Animal Origin Third Country Imports Wales Amendment No. 2 Regulations 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3230 W. 307. Riolia Sinhishan Sindalio o Anaphalia ad Munforian Trided GW Ledded Cymru Duigio RIF 2002 SI, 2002 RIF 3230 Psi, 307. The Carmarthenshire and Pembrokeshire Clinderwin, Sillamine Lid and Henlon Falteg Order 2002 SI, 2002 No. 3000, 270W. 308. Gorchaman Sir Gerfiden a Sir Benfro Clinderwin, Silamine Wida Henland Folteg 2002s, I 2002 Rif 3000, 270 Psi. 308. The Newport Carolean and Malpass Order 2002s, I 2002 No. 3271W. 309. Gorchaman Casnuit Carolean Amalpass 2002s, I 2002 Rif 3000, 271 Psi. 309. Rid 9 and Rid 9 and Rid 9 Rid 9. The Ceredigion and Pembrokeshire St. Dogmails Order 2002s, I 2002 No. 3272W. 310. Gorchaman Ceredigion of Sir Benfro, Andudoc 2002s, I 2002 Rif 3000, 272 Psi. 310. The Cardiff and Vale of Glamorgan Michaelston and Grangetown Order 2002s, I 2002 No. 3000, 273W. 311. 11. Gorchaman Caird a Bromorganug Anfihangel Unease Afana Grangetown 2002s, I 2002 Rif 3000, 273 Psi. 311. 11. The County of Gwynedd Electoral Changes Order 2002s, I 2002 No. 3000, 274W. 312. Gorchaman Sir Gwynedd Nuidi Adal Etholied Al 2002 SI 2002 Rif 3000, 274 Psi. 312. The County of Monmouthshire Electoral Changes Order 2002s, I 2002 No. 3000, 275W. 313. Gorchaman Sir Finwy Nuidi Adal Etholied Al 2002s, I 2002 Rif 3000, 275 Psi. 313. The County Borough of Newport Electoral Changes Order 2002s, I 2002 No. 3000, 276W. 314. Gorchaman BWR Deistref Cyril Casnuid Nuidi Adal Efolia Dal 2002s, I 2002 Rif 3000, 276 Psi. 314. The County Borough of the Vale of Glamorgan Electoral Changes Order 2002s, I 2002 No. 3000, 277W. 315. Gorchaman BWR Deistref Cyril Bromorganug Nuidi Adal Efolia Dal 2002s, I 2002 Rif 3000, 277 Psi. 315. The County of Ceredigion Electoral Changes Order 2002s, I 2002 No. 3000, 278W. 316. Gorchaman Sir Ceredigion Nuidi Adal Efolia Dal 2002s, I 2002 Rif 3000, 278 Psi. 316. The County Borough of Torfine Electoral Changes Order 2002s, I 2002 No. 3000, 279W. 317. Gorchaman BWR Deistref Cyril Torfine Nuidi Adal Efolia Dal 2002s, I 2002 Rif 3000, 279 Psi. 317.